Hey, unbreakable lovers.
We're talking about conflict today.
We're not talking about conflict. Oh, yes. So conflict. And we want to say conflict's not a dirty word.
No, it's not.
You know, it's not a dirty word. And what's so weird about conflict or confrontation, you know, when we're kids growing up in a home, you know, our parents are constantly bringing correction and conflict and, you know, and which is, you know, creates safety and so forth. And whenever we go to school, our teachers constantly, you know, confronting us, conflicting us. No, Rick, you don't spell it that way, or this is how you do it.
That's
you know,
right.
We then get a job. You know, and an employer is constantly critiquing us and confronting us and conflict and so forth and whatever. But then when it comes to a relationship, you know, we kind of go, whoa, hold on a minute. Don't you dare talk to me like that.
That's right. We get all protective, don't we?
Very protective, yeah.
Yeah, and one of the things we were talking about in this week's blog, you can go back and listen to that on Mondays. Every week we have a blog that comes out on Monday about a certain topic. And one of the things we spoke about in conflict is the 5-to-1 ratio. And so that's actually where it gets into the realm of healthy conflict. So we want to have healthy conflict, not unhealthy conflict. And so, I mean, I know with you, babe, you have so much kind of conflict or confrontation, I guess, in your work life. Like, how do you keep that healthy?
Yeah, good question. Because probably from a work perspective, you didn't put me on the spot. Don't you ever do that again, Fiona? Not on a live feed. But yeah, you know, like I guess at work we're constantly having conversations around how can we do it better, what's working, what's not working. So we've got the end game in mind. In other words, we're thinking, okay, how can we do it more efficiently? How can we serve our clients better? So it's probably that confrontation is probably coming from a proactive place of really trying to get our business getting better.
Yeah, and I wonder if in our relationships we could come from that proactive place too. Yeah. How do we actually make our relationship better rather than how do I defend and protect myself? And so, you know, I was just thinking about getting a bit practical about how we actually, between the two of us, you know, we're having conflict or we're having a confrontation. Yeah. How do we keep it in the healthy realm? And, you know, like healthy would be listening well. Yeah. Help would be my tone of voice. Healthy would be
me saying, yes, babe, okay, I'm sorry.
That's perfect.
You're right again, honey, you're right again.
Healthy would be about being curious, trying to understand your partner's perspective, you know, touching each on the leg, like leaning in, like all of that sort of stuff.
And sometimes for you, Fee, I find with Fee, she just loves it when I'm really seeking to listen or to understand. So it's kind of like, okay, so what you're saying is, when I come home, you don't want the phone up against my ear. Is that what you're saying, babe?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, so when you move to unhealthy when it gets tilted where the ratio might be 10-to-1, it gets unhealthy, or 15-to-1 is when we start to get defensive. Like even a conversation we had this morning about you missing a singlet for a couple of weeks. I could have said, you know, me jumping to the protection of me being the washing machine coach. I could have said, you know,
do it yourself.
Like, why don't you just tell me beforehand, you know, or something like that, and it could have spiraled down. But unhealthy is getting defensive, being critical, being impatient, you know, not really taking the time for each other, stonewalling, shutting down. Like there's being sarcastic, a million ways that we can be unhealthy.
So baby, what you're saying is get more positive input, speak more life, and then the conflict, which is inevitable. Conflict's inevitable, but it doesn't have to be negative in the sense.
Yeah. And so, you know, in some ways I look at what we do, how much effort we put into having good confrontation at work or healthy conflict. But if we could just apply that same principle to the one that we love, wouldn't it change things around?
Yeah, so there you go, guys. Conflict is not a dirty word. It's inevitable. It's just we got to learn to do conflict better. And one way of doing it better is filling up your partner's love bank. So when you do got to have that conversation, hey babe, you know, you're a lot more positioned better for it. And also we heard a good saying yesterday that there's a 9 o'clock rule. So at 9 p.m. at night, you don't talk about anything that's got potential conflict because you might be a little bit tired. And so conflict is better dealt with Sometimes I might be, okay, baby, thanks for that. Tomorrow, let's chat about that, because sometimes when I'm tired, I'm not a good listener, and I can be a bit short, and I'm not really giving Fee the time or the real listening to what she's really trying to say. So so with that, guys, let's learn to do conflict well. Just in closing, we got some really exciting news. Our Spark app
is back.
Well, it's not back, it's live, actually.
Live.
So we're going to put a link below, guys. We're going to be talking more about it in the coming week. But check out the Spark app below. Click on the link. And we've actually spent 18 months creating an app. I cannot believe how hard it's been.
It has been long.
It's been long.
But we love it.
Well,
it's so good.
We wanted to create a way which couples can have fun but learn to grow in 4 key essential areas of a healthy relationship. And so we gamified how to communicate better, how to have fun and adventure better, how intimacy and romance better, and how to love and serve your partner better, all in a way through gamification. So anyway.
And also too, it's going to help your conflict stay healthy, because you're going to be having this engagement throughout the day. They could be in 300 miles away.
Hey, Brad, great to see you there online. Brad is watching. He's a great guy. Anyway, guys, conflict is not a dirty word. It's inevitable, but it can be very healthy in a relationship. Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Click the link below. Check out our app. We'd love to get some feedback as well. Thanks. Bye.